Charles Soule and Steve McNiven kick off a huge Star Wars summer event as Boba Fett runs into some trouble while trying to deliver Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt, forcing him to battle in a deadly arena in order to secure some money to fix the now unfreezing Han Solo. Charles Soule gets right into the action of War of the Bounty Hunters, perfectly setting up the rather simple premise that Boba Fett needs to stop Han Solo from unfreezing from the Carbonite and get his prize from rival hunters. I do like that the first issue really invokes things that we've seen in The Mandalorian recently, in that to get one thing, Fett has to go on a sort of side quest, that being the big arena fight this issue is based around. It's a great way to get into the action straight away and not overly complicate things. Boba also pretending to be his father and using his name to get into the arena was quite a great moment, and having a quiet moment as well to think about his father and think about maybe the last arena he was in, the arena his father died in, was quite nice, and hopefully that's something we get to see a little bit more of in the series, since it would be great to see the older Fett looking back at his father's life, since he's basically at that point in his life now. Soule also delivered some fun, albeit very brief, new character introductions like the Spider Lady Lictor, who is definitely something I want to see more of in Star Wars somewhere, since it's just weird and wonderful. Steve McNiven, a name many people might know from his work with Marvel on things like Civil War, beautifully enters the Star Wars universe properly this time, delivering some stunning action set pieces and even better alien designs, such as the Spider-Woman mentioned before. I love the detail he puts into all his work, and all his pages look fantastic, and none more so than with the Spider-Woman, who has these great legs coming out of her body with gross hairs all over it and skin like pulled back at the joints and everything. It just looks great. War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha Issue 1 was a simple, action-packed kickoff to the Star Wars summer event. I really enjoyed Charles Soule hit the ground running with the issue, invoking many things from The Mandalorian when it comes to simple, no-frills, exciting storytelling, coupled with beautiful-looking artwork thanks to Steve McNiven. I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10. War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha Issue 1 finds Boba Fett en route to Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine, telling Bib Fortuna that he's got his prize. Bib asks if Han Solo is still alive in Carbonite, since that was a specific request from Jabba. Fett confirms he is alive and he will arrive soon to collect his credits. Suddenly there is an alert alarm coming from the Carbonite Matrix, prompting Boba to tell Bib he'll call him back. The hunter checks the housing, finding that Han is actually slowly unfreezing. Fett knows that nothing is ever simple, plotting a course for Nar Shaddaa, where he meets with Doc Ragon, who says that the Carbonite Matrix is unstable thanks to an organic being inside, wondering whose great idea it was to freeze a human. Boba just wants him kept alive, and if the Doctor can stabilize him, but Ragon wants cash up front for the work, like always. Boba, however, is short on credits, telling the Doctor Han Solo is in the Carbonite, and once he delivers him to Jabba, he'll double the man's usual fee. Ragon knows Solo was the king of bad choices, and they finally caught up to him, but Boba knows that he only does cash up front jobs. Fett tries to remind the Doctor they go way back, but Ragon knows that that's why he needs the money, but there could be another way he could earn it, since Nakanji has a pit warrior named Worman Lictor, and he has always wanted her dead, but she's too valuable to the Hutts, and if Boba takes her out, they are square. Boba knows the man's problems are his own, not his, and he doesn't need the kanji on his tail as well. Ragon knows that that's fair, knowing he better not get involved in Fett's business either. He explains he's got a plan to stop Lictor, saying Fett only needs to sign up for the pits and fight and win against her, even wanting to cover the entry fee for him. Boba wonders why he can't just kill her now, learning that she's heavily protected, but in the arena, anything goes. Boba knows that his armor draws quite the attention, but Doc Ragon says that he can cover it in nano paint that will come off in a few days, hoping he has no more objections. Fett agrees, asking Worman's ranking in the arena, learning that she is the top champion. At the arena, the bookie asks for an entry fee as well as the name, so the now black-armored Boba Fett gives up the credits, saying his name is Django. The woman says he'll continue to fight until he loses or decides to quit, and if he wins, he gets triple his entry fee, which he can then enter again and triple it again. Boba thinks that that's a good system, but the woman knows it only is if he wins. Heading to the arena opening, he waits for the announcer as he announces the fan favorite Johnny the Sting is working on his third victory, now going up against the Beskar brawler Django. Jango. Boba remembers the Geonosian arena from when he was a child, and when his father died as the battles begin, with the Hunter easily besting fighter after fighter, until finally he gets a shot at the champion. While waiting for the fight, he talks with another fighter, who doesn't know if he should be jealous or sorry for Jango for fighting Worm and Lictor, since they are no joke, and most fighters take their winnings and leave, since it's not worth it, and it's why the title bout is worth 10 times instead of 3 times. Boba knows they need a good payday, and the alien thinks that he might get it, since the arena is changed up during the match to help fighters, and maybe he'll get lucky and something will help him. Boba leaves and enters the arena, where he faces Lictor, the spider lady, who thinks the arena setup today reminds her of her home web. Boba gets to work, going on the offensive against the spider woman, who says that she'll wrap the Hunter up and drink him dry. She webs Boba's jetpack, flinging him around the arena and yanking the pack from his back. The woman comes to him, trying to pin Fett into the wall, but he uses his vibro knives to cut at her legs. There are too many legs, however, and one manages to stab Boba in the shoulder between his Beskar plates. The villain gloats over the injured Hunter, wanting to web him up quickly and put him in her larder before he leaks out completely. Boba hits a switch on his gauntlet, detonating his jetpack and blowing half of the arena up, causing Rubble and himself to fall directly onto Lictor, crushing her to death in a gooey mess. Later, the blood-covered Fett goes to collect his winnings, met by some Kanji gang members who say he owes them money since they lost on Lictor, knowing that he can earn it all back for them in one fight, or he can just walk away. Fett decides to walk away since he's got somewhere else to be, as back in Doc Ragon's lab, the Doctor is killed by a group of thieves who load up Han Solo for themselves. Boba returns to the lab, finding it completely destroyed and the Doctor dead and Solo gone. His comlink soon buzzes as Bib Fortuna contacts him, asking why he has not yet delivered Solo to Jabba, and the Hutt is getting impatient and Fett should know better than to disappoint Jabba. Boba says that he isn't going to be disappointed in him since he's on his way, but he's going to need a minute.